Hi, physical science kids. It's Mr. Tima. How you doing? Uh, we are going to talk about the syllabus today. You've either already seen it or you haven't seen it yet, and we're just about ready to do it, depending on where you're at in class. But I'm just going to hit some highlights today. This will be an ed puzzle, so as you're going through this, you're going to have to answer some questions. And be ready to go on that. First of all, where do I find it? Under week 1, you're going to open that bad boy up, and there it is. There's the syllabus right there, and it's going to open up. Hopefully. All right, there we go. Okay, so as we look through the syllabus right here, we're going to look through. Obviously, there's my contact information. C10's the room I'm in here at Scioto. Here's my email address, or you can come through Schoology either way. There's my Twitter handle for those that don't remember. Here is my schedule highlighted in green. And you can see Mr. Longbreak and Mrs. Schaup's schedule as well if you need to find help when I'm not here. Remember, we're going to be kind of teaching this class together. So sometimes you're going to hear my voice and see my face in videos, and sometimes you're going to see their face and hear their voice, that it would be the same stuff. Again, here's some pictures to help identify us. If we go missing, I guess, or something like that, that's how you can see us. There you go. But again, Schoology, again, we'll be hitting that a lot. How do we get to things? Ed puzzle, embedding the questions. We'll talk about that more one-on-one. Classroom routine, when we are synchronous, I'm expecting you to basically be doing discussion, practice. We might do questions. I might give you some questions, say, hey, come back in 5 minutes and do it. There might be a demo or something you're supposed to watch, and we can talk about that lab, everything on your own kind of deal. Okay. But then we'll be really using our synchronous times together. And we probably won't use the whole 45 minutes. Okay. But it's like we're going to get in there and ask questions. And some days might take us all the way to 45, just depending on what the topic is. Asynchronous, hugely important. These are not free days. This is not like last spring. Okay. Last spring, it was like, hey, these are your days off if nothing's there. No, you have to be places. You'll get into the routine. Everything will be good. And you'll see that on the weekly agenda, what is expected of you. Best time for question support for me personally is email me. Okay. Especially during those asynchronous times, email me. There's going to be times where I might have to say, hey, on that asynchronous time, on that Wednesday, we might have to have another class just because we all need help with that, or I'll set up a separate Google Meet. But that'll all be case by case basis. So kind of how we do it. Materials. You need a scientific calculator, not just your phone. Okay. And that's going to be when it is. And that's not the huge, big one. It could be that little guy, that little blue guy that you guys got down in middle school, anything like that, but something that can do more than just the 4 functions of add, divide, multiply, and subtract. Okay. Headphones. That's a big thing. We want to have headphones. Okay. Headphones are super important because there's going to be times where you might be in a hybrid mode and in class and you haven't watched the notes, but you're going to need to watch the notes. Okay. So, and we can't just have my voice echoing throughout the room, even though it's wonderful sound, but we don't want that. Okay. So you're going to need to make sure that you have headphones that work with your Chromebook. Don't worry about the grading so much. That's more of a thing for me to worry about, but just realize that, yes, asynchronous on your own is just almost half of your grade. That's stuff that you're doing on your own. So there is a big quality thing about you being able to do things on your own. Okay. Classroom policy, late work. We'll get into this more and more, but if you don't turn something in by the time it's due, and if you haven't gotten a hold of me and explained why, then what you get is a 0. Now, if you redo it at a later time, I will give you 50% back of that grade. Okay. So again, it doesn't seem like a lot because 50% is still an F. But if you had 2 assignments, then you'd be at a 75% versus a 50%. And we'll talk about that later. Cell phones, okay? Kind of goes without saying, the whole idea about when we're in class, you can't really have cell phones. We need to be paying attention. But you might need them for some things, but you need to be on that. Chromebooks, again, need to be charged every day. If there was ever a year that you needed to be tech savvy, Chromebooked up, it's this year. Online communication. This is a huge one. Okay. Email is not texting. Okay. It could be many hours or the next morning before I answer your request. I need to fully understand your questions, okay, or issues in a first email. Explain everything you can and include a screenshot or pictures of your work. So a bad example would be like, I don't understand my homework. I don't know what that means. Like as a teacher, I'm like, well, do they not know how to get to it? Anything like that. A good example is like on number 6 of the homework. If the mass and the volume of a substance, how do you solve for density? That's a very good thing. Video conference. I would love it if we were able to view your faces on online meetings. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. I'm trying to learn your name, everything like that. I get it. There might be a day you wake up with a bad hair day or something. I get it. Just try to log on and show your face. If you're not comfortable with it, I get it. But again, I would like to learn about you and see who you are. I mean, I'm showing my face. That's scary, but we'll get through it. All right. Distance, contact tracing, and hygiene and mask. You're going to hear a lot about this. These are the rules. These are really about more when we're in class. Okay. The whole 6 foot. And you're going to be kind of inundated with this if you haven't been already. So just be prepared for that. And again, some key successes for the year. We got to be flexible. We got to have communication, and we got to have kindness, understanding, and compassion for each other. As I like to say, love. Okay. We need to be appreciative. I'm going to be appreciative of you when you realize that I don't have everything for the week up because I'm building it. But I also need you to be appreciative about the amount of work that I'm putting in to get it to you so that when that comes, I need you to do it. I'm not going to just give you busy work. I'm not just going to give you pointless things to do. Okay. You're going to have actually less work, probably more watching a video because we're not in person, but less work than any year. So it's more important that we focus on that work. There'll be so many more details and so many more videos to come about all of this. So make sure you're locked in. Make sure you're ready to go. And again, I'll see you next time.